For the longest time, VivziePop's works have been punching bags for the internet. The crude humor and other questionable writing decisions have led to an awful online reputation. And like any other hungry artist, I want a piece of that sweet, sweet Helluva Boss pie. So join me as we embark on a quest to see why people hate the show. And seeing as everyone and their mother has made a video like this, when it comes to dissecting the episodes and their contents, I won't waste your time with that too much. Hopefully. So let's jump in and see what makes Helluva Boss set gay people back by 500 years. This video has no structure, so bear with me. Part 1, Olivia and Stolas bullshit. Here's a fun one and a common theme across all of VivziePop's media, missed potential. In Season 1, Episode 2, Lululand, we established Stolas and Olivia's relationship in an actually amazing way. I still remember first watching this episode and being won over by Stolas' character in relation to his daughter, thinking, wow, this guy might be a scumbag, but he loves his kid. Neat. That might be the last good thing I say about Stolas for the rest of the video. Blitz and the rest of the gang are good in this episode as well, and this episode only enforces the transactional relationship that Blitz and this nasty Birdman have. I mean, it's not like this would suddenly change to anything else. So, Aussies, out of the blue, we see a clear change in everything. I'll give them this. In the last episode, before Blitz and Stolas were closer. No, in the last episode, they were closer. But this is a 180 if I've ever seen one. I kid you not. The power balance in their relationship is fucked from this point on. Before Aussies, despite Blitz being the top in bed, the power was in Stolas' hands. If someone had the pants, it was the fucking demon God, Lord, was he just rich? Whatever. But this episode, it all goes to shit. In 5 seconds, Stolas is, by no means is this an insult to women, the bitch of the relationship. This man went from power bottom to fucking submissive anime girl. Please help it make sense. And from here on, VivziePop dedicates her show to Stolas trying to confess to Blitzchan at the summer festival. Yay. Speaking of missed potential, Striker! When he first appeared, he was the coolest motherfucker on the whole show. Now, I've heard people say that Helluva Boss should have just stayed about the missions and all that shit, but in my mind, that would suck ass like no other idea I've ever heard. And I can imagine as a writer with a world like this to play in, the last thing you'd want to do is make a Saturday morning cartoon. I say this because the amazing concept of imp oppression is almost completely ignored for bird sex. Let that sink in. Sink just like Striker's reputation! This is the fastest I've switched from dick riding a character to wanting them off the show. Western Energy is the perfect example of character assassination. Before we address this episode's real sin, Western Energy introduces Stella's brother. I forgot his name, so he's Icefuck. Icefuck is the worst character on the show, and worser than that, he's just a fucking plot device. But once again, I can understand wanting to change things halfway through and whatnot. It's not really him just showing up that makes him suck. He's so lame! All the plot shit to do with Stolas is so lame! You see half of this shit coming from a mile away, but that's not the problem. Cliches are fine. They exist because people love them, but the one thing you never do is be lame. Even if we all knew how the story was gonna end, the journey is fun, so who gives a shit? Helluva Boss's journey sucks ass in the worst ways, but let's not get too off track. Striker! Look how they massacred my boy. The only thing I have to say is, statue. The fucking statue! From badass cowboy to cuck hypocrite. And once again, it's not him being a hypocrite. He's lame. The hypocrisy is an interesting character trait, but they took his menace, they took his aura, and the one dude they should have taken seriously gets the fucking statue. Boom! Assassinated. And on that topic, Moxxie and Millie. This video is quickly becoming a hit piece on season 2, and I'm sure other people at this point would talk about how Moxxie and Millie are the best part of the show, but frankly, they suck and have always been boring. The relationship between the two of them was too stale, but by the time we see them, the audience, the most interesting part of their story, I'd assume them getting together, is over. So in order to do anything interesting with them, the writers need to make conflict. Oh boy, the show has a whole thing about women, I'll get to that later, and where they get sidelined. Best case of this is Moxxie lacking a pair. The show has spent so many episodes grinding into your head the same character conflict Moxxie has. At this point, you'd think he wouldn't be such an insecure fuck. There's been at least 2 episodes where Moxxie gets over being a bitch. I think I could be wrong, but aside from Blitz and Stolas, Moxxie gets the most screen time. I mean, it's not like we have other characters who need development or voice lines. Let's talk about women. Helluva has a lot of popular chicks. For crying out loud, they put Millie in a bikini every summer and mass produce her in a sweatshop. But in the show, they get a less than favorable treatment. Let's start where it's easy. Luna. Aside from being characterized as a bitch, which, yes, the joke makes itself, the only thing she really has are vague trauma, which I guess will never be expanded upon, and the largest lady boner for this guy. Yay. And I think we all remember her and Olivia's episode just being about, guess who? Blitz and Stolas! The episode Luna gets to herself, more shit about Blitz. And what she does get is centered around trying to fuck Vortex. Come on, people. We've boiled her down to being a dog in heat. I hope that's not a writer's poorly disguised fetish. Millie! The group mother and wife to Moxxie. That's it. There's so little about her. She country? Small side tangent. I hate the group mother trope. Speaking of things I hate, ramshackle. I'm sorry, but it's bad. It's not SLOP, but it's the kind of show you'd see on Nickelodeon. But what makes it so fucking bad is the characters. Don't worry, okay? I'll be brief. Blondie and Emo are the ones who'll get shipped as gay, I don't know if they are, and receive all the attention from the fans and all the fan art. Meanwhile, the POC woman sits in the corner and collects dust. Notice how I say POC. They never tell you the ethnicity, they just make a light-skinned whatever the fuck and say, here you go. Why make a black person or a Brazilian when you can have them all in one character? And if anyone says, it's Britain, war to be black people, I'd say, yeah, if you look in the pilot, not a single black guy. Editor's note, after going over the pilot, there were about 3 people with color who could be considered black, although there's really only just one of them who's dark enough. Also, after seeing Ramshackle Girl, I don't even know if you could call her POC anymore. Whatever. Ramshackle is lame and cringe, and I fucking hate the golden retriever archetype character SLOP! Millie and Luna are sacrificed on the altar of pinup stickers, so Moxxie and Blitz can have more time to waste on redundant shit. And speaking of shit, I am the mastermind, and here I am the law. I've been making SLOP long before the golden slangers stall. Welcome to the last part of this video, where I talk shit about the penultimate episode and the world building. Now let's... We've ran out of script. We'll pick up where we left off if the video does well. Well, that's kind of scummy. I love it! See you later, fuckbags! And don't forget your Millie keychain. You